What's going on, everybody? It's Retro Handhelds 24. Today we're gonna focus on the flip, and someone had requested a while ago about Luigi's Mansion 2, if I could get it working on the 3DS emulator, Azahar. That was, I'm gonna just tell you right now, it was difficult. That game's it's just very demanding. It's worse than Castlevania. But the good news is I was able to get it working. But we're going to do some further testing to see like what we can do to push it. So right now we got 74 frames per second according to the app and 140% speed. It's at 2x. Let's see what else we can get out of it. So let me see. General, we'll start there. Speed limit's at 200%. System, I did a bunch of stuff, but nothing, I didn't touch anything in here really. So don't worry about that. And then we go to graphics. I have enabled this on. I have enabled sync shader coupler. Can't talk right now. That's on. Internal resolution, we have it at 2x. I took this off because, you know, it reduces performance, and then this I kept on. So it's pretty much default, and the game render I put 3000, but all this was not working no matter what I did. I even did this little trick, disable right eye render, to, you know, because this is supposed to help with performance. Basically, like, because it's doing twice the work because it was 3D, and we're not emulating 3D, we're just doing 2D, or, you know, the OLED panel 1080p or what have you with the resolution. So I disabled this thinking it would help with what I was trying to get this game running. It did not. It makes it worse, and I'll show you really quick. So this might work with other games. This one it does not. So we'll put it on, right? Watch what happens. Now we have that. So I had the game working. I was trying to get rid of this. It's like, how the hell do I get rid of this? And I had forgot that I had turned that on a while ago when I first started attempting to fix this game. But by disabling it, or I'm sorry, by keeping it on, it goes away. That graphical glitch goes away. We got Luigi moving like, well, the game says, so it's not, I took VSync off as well, I think. I'll have to double check. But it says we're doing 74 frames, but my screen is saying just under 60. But no stuttering, there's no nothing. Let's see what else we could do with it though. Let's go here. And also, so let's go back to graphics just so you guys get what I did. So just keep this, these are pretty much set at default. We'll change it to 3x and see if we can go that high. And then delay game run thunder I put at 3000. We'll see if we still need to do that. And then everything else is normal. Like, you don't need to touch any of this stuff down here. But then you go to debug. This is where the fun begins. Where's my CPU clock speed? It's at max, 400%. So originally it's at 100. You can crank it all the way up to 400%. It's not killing my battery that bad. I started this off at like, I want to say a half hour ago, and I was at 80%. So I only lost 5% so far. I took VSync off. So, and I also put this on, flush log output on every message immediately commits to debug log file. But however, I didn't put this on. I wanted to put that on as well, just to see if debugging would help, but clearly it does. It's not needed. So we put it at 3x. Let's see how bad their performance reduces. So at 3x, this is about normal speed. But you can still play it at 3x. You can play it with no stuttering. It says we're getting above 30 frames a second, which is really dope. Do that spinning Rooney thing. Whee! Okay. And as you can see, you know, Luigi looks great. And then also, I'm pretty sure my clock speed's at 200%. Yeah. So this is maxed out on everything, basically. The only thing I could do to... I mean, this is probably as good as it's going to get, but I still... Let me see. No, I'd still prefer to do... This game is just so rough, man. I prefer to do 2x. It still looks clean. And we get that amazing performance where he just moves fast. You can play around with the GPU drivers, which I haven't really done yet. But as you can see, there's a little stuttering going on, but it's working. And it's very playable. Go down here again. I mean, the rain and everything going on in the background makes it more difficult for this game. I could see why it's so hard to emulate. But look how fast he's going. 3x is pushing it. I suggest do my settings at 2x. You'll have a great time. There will still be some stuttering, but the game works. Like, it works great too. Like, that's so awesome how fast he is compared to 3x. And I wonder if we drop it down to native, how fast he'll go. Let's see. Oh my god, yeah. Look at him go. Wee! Wee! So fast. Speed is 200%. Frames per second, 105. Ridiculous. That's just so awesome. Look at that. I can't believe we're going this fast. I'm gonna play the game like this. Oh, and there was another thing I did that I probably didn't need to do, but I didn't go over. I changed something else, but give me a second. It was this texture filter I put to bicubic. That's pretty much all I got. I mean, I don't know. I just messing around with settings. I didn't try any of these yet, but I just chose bicubic, and I kept it moving. So, not sure if that does help, but it's like I said, it still takes a minute to load. And maybe since I'm going at this speeds, it might be crashing the system too. Hold on. Alright, there we go. Alright. I'm done. But... And then there's the... See, I gotta find out what GPU driver is the best. And I can't switch it on the fly. That's supposed to be a mouse. How do I run fast? Oh, I crashed it. Let's mess around though. Here. I was using MK2. Let's do the most... Here, let me go back because I went fast. I'm going to use turnip driver revision 9v2, the most common one for the RP5. We'll go here. And we'll go here. And I created a save state, so we don't have to go through all that BS. But of course, my speeds are too strong right now, so let me... Yeah, with speed limit to 100% and my CPU at 400%, we're going to have to turn one of them down to load the game, I'm assuming. Which sucks, but it is what it is. I need to get to one point where I can carefully load the game. 2. Oh. No, I can't load the game. Are you kidding me? Settings. Debug. Oh, jeez. Jeez. Good thing about these settings is, though, with the speed and the CPU, you can change it in-game. So if you run into this issue like I am right now, because it's too forced powerful right now, you can reduce everything. And then... oh, it's not going to do it. Alright, let's just do it then. Okay, maybe we could do it right now. I hate this. You don't know how many times I had to do this until it's like, oh, why don't I just make a save and then... Alright, let's try it again. Come on. Yeah, alright, we did it! Alright, see? We'll just mosey around. But there's going to be a slowdown, there's going to be stuttering, it's going to freeze a lot. And the only thing we're going to change right now from the settings I had originally is we're just going to go here. And you can play around with this. First, we'll change this to, how about we'll do 250, 250% versus 400%, right? And we won't change clock speed. We'll leave that at what it is. Still stuttering. Still slow. On the verge of crashing, right? But if you give it a minute, he does start to move faster, and his frames per second are 52. But again, this is native resolution. So this is how demanding this game is. So once again, we'll go to debug, CPU, crank it all the way up, 400%. I gotta try it with VSync on. I might just leave a post about that. 400%, now we're getting, speed is at 100%. Frames per second is just under 60 according to the game. But let's see how much better he moves. Right? And then if you want to have a lot of fun, you go to settings again, go to general, speed limit, crank it up all the way to 200%. Go back. And now look how fast he goes. Whee! Whee! I'm so fast. 105 frames per second. But then you'll get your occasional stutter because, I mean, we're moving so fast, the game has to load. So maybe don't play it at 200% speed. An easy fix, though, for this game. I mean, it looks amazing this way, though, right? With this high frame rate, it's just, you know, limitations of 865. Still very impressive, but still limitations. I'm sure on my Odin I can max everything out and everything would work just fine. But look at that. Still very amazing. And if you're feeling spicy, you just go to settings, graphics, and you can definitely do 2x. And drop frames, but not by much. And look how clean he looks now. Still above 60. And everything looks beautiful. The only thing is with the clock speed at 200%, maybe less with 2x, but definitely with 1x, when you start moving and you go into a seat that has to load, before you even get there, it will pause because the game has to catch up. with the CPU clock speeds. So keep that in mind. But if you want to just play the game and have it look like this and play at the normal speed, all you gotta do is just go to settings and turn the clock speed to 100%. Keep the CPU clock speed at 400% for the RP5 just so it actually works. And then use my settings. You should have a decent time. There will be some occasional stuttering when the game has to catch up and load, but with 400%, it'll force push the game. And I mean, with rain and everything, it still looks amazing. You could do 2x, 3x push in it, so I recommend 2x or native, but you can definitely play this game now on Azahar. So definitely take advantage. It took me forever to get this working. That's why I haven't posted it. Someone did requested it. They never told me their settings. I was interested to see. So if you're watching this or if you do watch this, just leave a comment saying, hey, this is what I did to get the game working. Because I went through a lot of testing with this for the last day or two, trying to get it to work full speed. Here and there, like 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there. And it's like just driving me crazy until I just started playing with debug. Like I said, I took off the right eye rendering. That's supposed to help with performance, but with this game, it just causes half the screen to glitch out. So I left that on, and then the rest of the settings, I tinkered with, but the main thing was debug. I also, like I said before, I messed around with delay game render thread count, and I changed it to 3000 for shits and gigs. Let's drop it down to 0 and see if that does anything. See if we even needed it. Yeah, see how slow he moves now? We had all that speed and we just lost it. Even with the CPU at 400%, can't do anything. So let's go back. Oop. And we'll go back to graphics. I know this is very confusing. If you have questions, you can just leave them in the comments. I'll try to answer them as quickly as I can because I kind of like mapped this out in my mind now. So I had 3000. Let's change it to 4000 and see if that loses performance or if we gain performance. Because sometimes with those thread counts, if you do too high, you lose performance. Nah, he's even better. We gained like, I would say, nah. Well, this is at 2x. Yeah, it's about the same. So 3 to 4000 is good. I mean, look how fast he's moving. 2x, 400% CPU, and then 200% clock speed, and you get a great old time right here. Like, look how fast he's going. It's so ridiculous. Oh, but I love it. I love that we could go fast in this game. And then if you want to go crazy, go to settings, and then go to graphics, and then we'll drop it down to native. Let's see how we got 105 frames per second. Let's see if we get past 105. 78, 80. See, when you increase that delay thread count, it might reduce performance. So with 3000, we were definitely getting over 100. Right now we're at 80. So again, this is all like, it's not like I knew this beforehand. It's just I just tinker and see what works. So let's see, 3000 does that. Let's see what 2000 does, because maybe we don't need that much delay threads. Okay, 95. Native resolution, 99. 98. And then really quick, we'll go back, graphics, go to delay game render. This is something that you constantly have to play around with. Let's do 2500, right? Let's one more time before we hit 3, or I'll just tell you to do 3000. All right, 25, let's see how fast he goes. 88, 112. Okay, there we go. That's that sweet spot. 100, freaking, we hit 117 frames a second, even though the screen quality was 60 hertz. It's at steady 111 to 117. That's amazing. Amazing. Look at that. Who thought I'd be killing it on Luigi's Mansion 2 on the RP5 with frames per second? But who cares, right? It's still amazing. Woo! Alright, that's going to be it for today. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments for this to get this game working like the way I did. This is at 1x. You could get over 110 frames per second with those settings, 200% clock speed, 400% GPU speed, or is it CPU? Let me see. I think it's CPU. Why would it be GPU on a device like this? It's in debug. Yeah, CPU, 400%. All right. And then, so debug, 400% for CPU, and graphics, the sweet spot is going to be delay game red render. Sorry, I can't talk today. 2500. Just type it in. And then we'll try, right before I let you guys go, we'll try 3x and we'll see if we get better performance. I mean, that's HD right there. So he's at 45 frames a second. Speed is at only 78% though, so it's not 45 frames. We're not hitting quite 100%. So once again, we'll go to graphics and we'll take it down to 2x and see what kind of speeds we get with that. So even with 2x, we're getting over 100% speed, 120%. So again, 2x is the way to go, I think. You get above 60 frames a second, your speeds are over 100%, so everything's working. This is better than how the 3DS actually plays the game, and it looks cleaner because it's at 2x. Let me see if I can make it. There you go. Sorry about that. So yeah, this is the way you want to play. It looks great. He moves great. The rain, everything in the background, it's all working, and we're still hitting above 100%. Frames are steadily around 70, 73. 2x, so everything looks clean. Not as clean as 3x, obviously, but less taxating on the system. But you're still playing over 100%. Over 100%. And our frames are over 60, which is great. But if you made it this far, thank you again so much for watching. You guys have a great rest of your day. Take care.